putting them in my little filter house. I wish I would hurry up and build the sides because I'm not very warm. So I'm building a table for the tempest. That was my foot. So what I'm doing is I've taken some posts that I had, 7 centimeters by 7 centimeters, and I've got an old kitchen top. Not an old, sorry, it's kitchen top, our current kitchen top. So I had 2 offcuts, and I thought at the time, don't throw that away because you might need that to do a shelf one day. There you go. There you go. We are doing a table for the tempest. The EazyPod. Oh. I was going to say something. Let me put that one in and I'll show you. Bollocks on that one. That's it. So what I've done is this is the kitchen top that I had, and you see, yeah, there you go. So I'm putting 4 screws in each post, and I put 1 central post as well. I still have the other ones to do, pre-drilled like that. Oh, can you see that? Sorry, pre-drilled to make my life easier, and so I don't chip the wood. And there you go. And that's going to be strong. That's going to be strong enough, definitely. So nice to sit down. Done a major water change as well. About, I would say, 1/3 of the pond. I hoovered it. Still brand new pond, isn't it? So I thought I need to do a major water change. Luckily, I don't have chloramine in my water. I checked with Southern Water, so I only have chlorine, and the level of chlorine is very high, so I've tested it. In fact, I've tested it for 1 week. I tested it, then I left it 2 weeks, and then I've tested it again last week, or before the field, sorry. I tested it every single day. It must be something to do with the way they clean the pipes, or the way the water is arriving to us. The level of chlorine seems to be very high on the Tuesday morning, and again on the Friday. The other days, the level of chlorine is less. Don't know why. Maybe it's because they clean their pipes, or they add more chlorine to the water when they do the treatment, when they treat all the waters. I don't know. Anyway, so don't have any chloramine. I have chlorine. So instead of filling the pond, when I do normal water change, I do it as a manual trickle in, trickle out system basically, and I put it through the 3-stage of dechlorinator. But because I did a lot of research on that, because to fill it in the first time, I just basically filled it in, left it for 24 hours, checked it, and by the morning there was almost no chlorine. In the afternoon there was no chlorine at all. Guess what? 24 hours later I put the fish in and they were absolutely fine. I put 2 in first and then I put the rest. And there you go. So there's a guy called Darren, he's Dazzle Koi. he does a lot of research and he's the source of knowledge, and he shares all his knowledge with us, so it's brilliant. And he basically explain exactly what I've done, but he explains it in a better way. So go over to his channel. Oh god, he's amazing. He does a lot of research. I've just asked him to do some research about phosphate. What I've been doing in the last 8 months is I've been doing some research about phosphate and blanket weed, and I am pretty convinced that if your level of phosphate is a bit high, and if you've got a tiny bit of nitrite, then it develops, the blanket weed develops quicker. I didn't have any old pond anyway. I haven't got any at all at the moment, so it's brilliant. But in the old pond, I had zero ammonia almost constantly. I had zero nitrite and a tiny bit of nitrate, which doesn't matter because then it evaporates. But every time the phosphate here, for some reason, is quite high. So we're talking about almost 2 on the Colombo test kit, which I use. It comes to almost 2. So after a week, it goes down to 1. But I always try to keep it at 0. So I use something Colombo phosphate minus, and that has really helped. And now Rachel is coming.
I'm going.
And she's going. See you later. She's going to do the horse with Jess. Jess has got a horse, so there you go. Yeah, so I've noticed that if I keep the level of phosphate very low, then I've got no blanket weed, just literally nothing. And I've been doing that for about 8 months. So, but I've asked Darren to Dazzle Koi to do some research on that. So soon I expect, I think he's going to release a video about it. What else? Nothing. I'm going to carry on building my table. The EazyPod table is now built. Now it's fine. It's absolutely fine. A bit overkill with all the bars here and all that. I didn't put them straight, so I'm a bit gutted now, but it's fine. It's holding all the way around here at the top, all the way around the bottom, and there's a post in the middle. It's not moving. It is not moving. Not moving. That table is so super heavy. I'm sure it could take more than my weight and somebody else on the top. Brilliant. Let's get on with it then. Good morning. It's Friday. Oop, just stopping the pump. It's 8:30. First job. Cleaning the Tempest. There you go. It is dirty, of course. Don't know if you can see the particles, but moving nicely. Those 2 buckets basically, so I'll just stop it. So that's the Tempest clean. What I've been up to. I have now put the EazyPod in place, and I'm just positioning the moving bed. So if I show you around, it's not great. I mean, it's not finished, and I hate doing slabs for the for the floor. Oh god, I hate it. Every time you think that it's nice and flat, visually nice and flat, and then you measure it, or you level it, and it's all good. All of a sudden, you look at it, and it's like slabs are moving, and I hate it. Not a job I like. And funny enough, despite the fact that I was dreading the pipe work, I actually really love it. Really love it. Too much glare, too much sun. We're not going to complain about the sun, hey? But yeah. So got to do the moving bed first, and then I'll show you what I've done. Morning. Having breakfast. Bagel. In Philadelphia. No wonder why I put so much weight on in this country. I used to be slim and fit. I was a basketball player. I was playing about 30 hours a week. I was fit. Not anymore, because I've discovered in this country takeaways and crisps and bagels in Philadelphia. Anyway, if I looked after myself like I look after the animals, I tell you what, I'll probably be Miss World. Today, electric day. I'm not an electrician at all, but I already have the electric down the pond, obviously. But I'm waiting for Rachel's cousin to come around and do the electric. He's going to move the armor cable, so I can have the plugs and all the sockets and all that inside the shed. So it'd be easier for me. But I am putting, because I can do that, plugs on this. So there you go. Electric day. Never cease to amaze me, this hobby. It's expensive, we all know that, because we are fussy with the way we keep our koi, I suppose. and takes a lot to grow a fish and all that. But anyway, it never ceases to amaze me, right? We are electricians, we are plumbers, we are water keepers, we are lab technician with all a microscope and all our little how do you call it, test kit, water test kit. We are builders, we are carpenters. It's just mad. It makes me laugh, but anyway, keeps me out of trouble. Not that I cause trouble anyway, I'm an angel. So there you go. Got to put that plug on, and then I can plug that in, and I will take you down to the pond to show you what I've done. EazyPod is filling up, so it's worked. So let's recap. Here we've got, sorry about the glare, here we've got the bottom drain, because here, down. So I took the idea from Gary and Beth. One-way valve, non-return valve, elbow, gate valve to isolate the pump if necessary. Jibao 15,000, I'll explain why. It goes up. Valve here to isolate the EazyPod, goes in. Blah blah blah, you know, the drift. Outlet goes in there, goes down into the DIY moving bed, which is now filling up. So at the bottom I put like a grill with some gutter mesh, so the holes are really much smaller. So this is the moment of truth now, because this is filling up. I tested earlier the valve at the bottom, because I've put a valve here, ball valve, small one, to clean it. So this is now filling up. It's all working on 2-inch. Right, it has now reached. The outlet goes at the back behind the pod. It is working. Right. No leak so far. The water that is on the floor was earlier when I was putting the this here. Oh, where's my finger? This here. I had to, you know, warm up the pipe so it's easier to fit it in. But there is no leaks. I had a problem with the EazyPod when I first bought it. See those screws there? This one could never go in. Sorry, it's probably out of focus, is it? No, it's alright. This one was never going in. And at the back, the water was coming out once the pod was full. So I had to improvise and put some CT1 at the time. And since then, no leaks. Right. This is working fine. Well chuffed. There's no airline yet. So the bubbles are probably into the system. My god, it's worked first time, no leaks. What? Okay. Well, tested it in front of you, so well chuffed. There's a leak there. There's a leak there, and I bet you that is this thingy that I screwed. And I think when I spoke to the guy from Koi Hut, he explained that all the Evolution Aqua, even the UV, they've got like a slight oblique thread. Everything. Pods, UV lights, everything. So of course when you put a fitting from you know, your Koi supplier, the threads are perfectly horizontal and then go up. So you have to put PTFE thingy, you know, that white stuff, on it. Right, so just have that one sort out. I'm well chuffed. It's working. So I'm gonna let that run for a few hours. I've got the field booked for the dogs at 12, so I'm gonna take them out for a walk. Long run, long walk, and then wow, I'm well chuffed. It's working. I just need to plug in the airline now. Massive amount of water. I'm doing a drastic water change again, and of course with the water that has been taken from the pod and from the moving bed, has taken a lot out. Got to show you something. Oops. I won't be able to show you anything. I'll do it when there's less sun, less glare. One thing I forgot to mention is, of course, this is my first pond ever that I've built myself, right? Because I had a preformed pond before. So there's a lot of pollen. I can't wait to put that mountain tree schema over there. There's a lot of pollen on the water. One thing I forgot to mention. As I said, this is my first pond, the first pond I've ever built. Probably be the last. Yeah, because I'm not going through that again. But It's not bad, is it? Anyway, as you know, it's a pump fed system. So what I've done is, I know it's not ideal, but all the pipes are going to be covered. It means that there's pipes in the pond, I know, but we all have something in the pond. When you've got even a proper bottom drain, your fish are still going to whack themselves on it if they are flicking. But anyway, let's not talk about that. That's another subject. What I've done is, the return is not permanent. This is not the final return. Oh, she's just come along. I bought my dream fish. Oh, you can't see her. Anyway, I'll show you later or another day. This is not the permanent return. I just wanted to test the whole system. I'm gonna let it run for probably 24 hours like that and see if there's any leaks anywhere else. Right, so what I've done is a return, a midway return and a bottom return. The idea is this here is going to be fitting here. That pipe here is going to be running right at the corner. There will be, so it's going to be like that, sorry. It's going to be like that. Oh, let me put it somewhere where it's going to hold so you can see. Come on, stay like that. No, you don't want to stay like that. There you go. I'll move. So that bit, whoa. Let me put it here. It's probably safer. Sorry. Come on. Very nice. That is going to be in there. The pipe here is going to be going at the bottom, at the corner here. Here, I put a T with a reducer, but really stuck in. That's going to be my mid pond return, my midway return. All the way to the bottom. That there is going to be sitting at the bottom of the pond. It's going to be pushing the water through towards the bottom drain. There you go. So I glued it last night, so the glue is cured now. I just want to test the system first and make sure there's nothing anywhere, and then I'll install it. There you go. That's my update. One thing I haven't mentioned. Originally my plan, I had said that I would so I said that I would put the EazyPod to the moving bed, and then I would have a sieve going to a multi-bay. Now I know the shed is fairly, the filter house that I'm building is fairly nice and decent size, but I think I'm overdoing it with filtering system. There's never enough filter system, but I think this is going to cope fine with what I want. I will never have 10 or 12 fish in this pond anyway, because I want them to grow nicely and big, so I'm going to have 8 maximum, plus the albino grass carp. But anyway, another story. So I've decided to take off the, not put in, sorry, the sieve and the multi-bay. So I'm going to sell that. This side is going to be the EazyPod and the moving bed. The other side, I've got the Tempest and the shower. And I think it's going to be plenty enough. If it's not plenty enough, then I will see. And there you go. And now I'm just annoyed because Rachel came over and said that the dog had eaten my pizza. Now, this is Nala. And I think what happened is the cat has gone on the top worktop of the kitchen worktop, knocked my pizza, and Nala grabbed it at the bottom and ate it. So she's in serious trouble. You don't touch my pizza. You don't touch my food altogether. Anyway, bye for now, and I'll catch you on the next one. Sorry, I forgot to say. The one-way valve, non-return valve, sorry. I was a bit concerned about after Martin's comment about how do you say it? Priming the pump. I was a bit concerned about it. So what I've done is, to make it work, I watched a video on YouTube. Again, this is my learning curve. So I filled, this was already full up with water, and so what I've done is I filled from the EazyPod there with pond water. I did this like a siphon. I filled that pipe, blocked left that one open, so the water went inside the pump, and then I turned the pump on, and it went glug, 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 glug. And then you've just seen it. It just worked. I just didn't film when I put the water in the pump, but it worked. It's working. So I'm super chuffed. Anyway, bye for now. This time, bye for now. Catch you on the next one.